The House That Built Me by Samantha Campbell. This presentation is about my life and how each of Urie Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems affected my life and shaped me into who I am today. The first ecological system is a microsystem. This system refers to the most intimate group in a person's life. They have the most impact on the development of the individual. This system may consist of family, school, religious organizations, and peers. My microsystem at this age was amazing. My parents were guiding me and teaching me to explore. My dad took me hunting and to the bottoms with him. My mom took me shopping and read to me every night before bed. Memories I will never forget. We went to the little church on the hill by my house. It was so close we could walk to it. I went to daycare at Todd's Landing before starting kindergarten. I feel like that was great preparation for me. I started kindergarten the same year my little brother was born. It was definitely an exciting time for my family. Even though I was not Catholic, I still loved church on Wednesday at school. At this point in my life, I'm having a ball. My parents take my brother and I on awesome vacations. We love Branson. Also, I really enjoy school and church. We had to stop going to the church on the hill because my brother would run up and down the aisles. He was too small to understand he needed to be quiet. However, I went to Bible school during the summer. My nanny would take my cousins and I love to read when my class is in charge of Mass on Wednesdays at school. My mom practices with me, and my dad acts as my audience. My microsystem from ages 12 to 15 shrunk a little bit. I guess you would call this my rebellious stage. I was too worried about unnecessary things, and it got me into a lot of trouble. I pushed my biggest supporters away from me. I didn't understand the consequences at the time, but I do now. My cousin Tyler was one of my best friends at this time. No, she wasn't a very good influence, but she didn't love me any less, even though I was making pretty bad choices. I knew she would be there for me. And even though I messed up terribly, my parents were still there. They did and always will love me unconditionally, and I will be forever grateful to them. This time, my microsystem grew significantly. My graduating class and I got really close, and my grandparents played a huge role in my life. They watched me graduate high school, helped me with anything I needed, and taught me many life lessons. My family grew also. Many precious babies were born, and everyone was so happy about having more toes to count and hearts to spoil. My parents are my number one supporters. They guide me down the right path and are constantly lifting me up. They do absolutely everything for me, and I couldn't be more blessed. I also met Bailey during this time. He stuck with me through all of our hardships and has comforted me through some really difficult times. He is definitely my shoulder to cry on. This is my favorite age group. It is the one I am currently experiencing, and I've never been happier. Family is my number one priority. I probably have the craziest one in Arkansas, and we would definitely be a pretty hilarious sitcom, but I don't care. I wouldn't trade them for anything in the whole world. I've also sort of adopted a second family, the Henrys. Bailey's family has taken me in as one of their own. It's odd how microsystems grow and change throughout our lives, sometimes good and sometimes bad, but this is definitely good. The next ecological system is the mesosystem. This system is made up of the connections made between the components of the microsystem. It may include interactions between teachers and parents, or maybe the child's peers and the family. My parents were really involved in my athletic life. I played softball from a very young age. They watched every practice game and even practiced with me at home. They knew my coaches and were friends with my friends' parents. We always had something planned with my grandparents on the weekends. There was never a dull moment. My family was so involved in my elementary school life. They attended every Pee Wee basketball game or Palmerville softball game. My parents were good friends with my coaches, which later led to lifelong friendships for me. They watched all of my spelling bees as well. My grandma was always there to snap a picture of my friends and I. My grandma also went with me on every school field trip I ever had. She loved my teachers. My mesosystem was very supportive at this age. My parents went to every parent-teacher conference, came to watch me play basketball, and always let me have awesome sleepovers. My mesosystem was very positive at this age. My parents and grandparents were involved in all of my school functions. They would come watch me cheer at my ball games, and my grandparents also participated in every Grandparents' Day. Those are definitely cherished memories. Also, every person in my microsystem attended my high school graduation. They were so happy for me, and I was just happy they came to watch me. My mesosystem now is not very active. As an adult, I don't really rely on my parents to be as involved in my life as they used to be. However, my parents and grandparents still communicate daily. One set of grandparents we do something with just about every weekend. My work family and my best friend Ellie worked together in a fashion show we had at work recently. We had a blast. My friends from school have the same teachers as me as well. The exosystem is next. This system involves events that happen that do not have an immediate effect on the child, but affects the child's most intimate system. This may include a parent-child relationship being affected by the parent's work. I didn't really have an active exosystem at this age, from what I can remember. My dad got chicken houses when I was 5 years old. That was really exciting and meant he would be close to home all the time. My mom was a banker. The only changes she made with her job was moving branches. I was affected by this because I can remember driving to her branch when I got out of school, and we would walk to the Mexican restaurant across the street. After she moved, we didn't get to do that much anymore. Nothing much has changed from the last exosystem to this exosystem. My mom still works at Arvest at the same branch, and my dad is still a chicken farmer at home. This is where things start to change. My dad lost his chicken house contract, but then he got a new job at Southwestern Energy. He loved it and made lots of friends. He was so sad to leave, but he did get another chicken house contract and got to have chicken houses again. My mom still works at Arvest. Nothing much has changed except another branch. This affected me because while my dad worked at Southwestern Energy, he wasn't as close to home anymore. We didn't have him around. So as you can probably tell, we were all really happy when he got chickens back. At this age, my parents still have the same jobs. The only thing that might affect me a little bit is my mom goes on a manager retreat on Petit Jean Mountain every year. They do team building exercises and learn how to do their job better. This is just a little difficult for me because I have to get my brother ready in the morning and take us both to school. My dad has to be at work really early, so he couldn't do it. I had to step up and take some of my mom's jobs over. But when she got back, we were very relieved. This exosystem is easy. My dad is still a chicken farmer. He's close to home. He gets to hunt and be involved in all of our school functions. My mom still goes on manager retreats every year. But that's no big deal. I've gotten into the swing of taking my brother to school every day. Next is the macro system. This system includes the cultural surroundings of the child. It may include parents, socioeconomic status, and ethnicity. My macro system consisted of a Baptist church and extremely influential family members. My mom strongly instilled morals in me from a very young age. I always wanted to do the right thing. I also wanted everyone else to do the right thing, which was not always in my favor. My dad taught me to love everyone and to give the benefit of the doubt. You don't know what people truly think, so in your mind, it should be a positive thing. By this age, I was adding lessons I had learned in school to my parents' advice. I learned tattling is bad. That was a bad habit of mine. Church taught me to forgive. No one is perfect. Jesus forgave 1,000 times over, and life cannot be spent holding a grudge. My nanny taught me to stand up for what I believed in. If she didn't like something, she'd let you know. I think the majority of the mornings she took my brother and I to school were spent screaming at George Bush on C-SPAN. She didn't like that man. At this age, I kind of stopped paying attention to my surroundings and did whatever I wanted. I knew in the back of my mind, however, all of the things I'd been taught. My parents and grandparents succeeded at teaching me because those lessons are what saved me in the end. Between ages 16 and 18, I learned a lot. I lost my best friend through girl drama, and I had to learn how to be the bigger person. My mom was the biggest teacher. She taught me that in the end, the drama isn't worth it. If you are the bigger person, you will come out on top. Bailey also surprisingly taught me something during this time. It's that you need to concentrate on what truly matters, expel the negative people out of your life, and hold close the positive. No, I don't know everything even though I'm an adult now. My parents, family, and friends still teach me things every day. My parents inspire me to grow and to work hard to achieve my goals. My papa lets me know how proud he is of me and lets me know it's okay to want to do things for yourself. My grandparents teach me to treasure the good times and count my blessings, and there are so many positive individuals in my life. I owe who I am today to them. And lastly is the Chronos system. This system is made up of changing environmental factors that happen over the course of a lifetime. One example is divorce. This can change a child and their family dynamic immensely. I figured since the Chrono System was a collection of life-changing events that occurred in my life, I could do it in a couple of slides. I used to think I had an easy life. I had all of my family happy and healthy, went to a nice school, and had lots of friends. Little did I know life in general was not an easy task, and I would soon learn this. When I was 16, one of my best friends in the whole world took his own life. I guess being unhappy for too long was just unbearable. I miss him every day. 2 years ago, my healthy, happy, loving uncle passed away as well. He was so creative. He cooked for my family and I, drew amazing pictures, and shared my brother's video game obsession as well. This event changed my life because I realized how easy life can be taken away. He was perfectly healthy, and a heart attack was all it took. I've learned to appreciate life so much more. Next was the big one. Shortly after, my nanny started to get sick. I knew she would get better because she always was so strong and didn't have time to be sick. She had too many people to take care of, and that was not the case this time. My life from this moment would change forever. I had lost the woman who helped raise me. I was her good girl, and she always taught me to do right and stand up for what I believed in. She makes me want to be like her, to be a strong, hard-working woman and someone who would give the shirt off my back to anyone. All the days of my life, that is what I will strive to be. On a positive note, my last event that was life-changing was the birth of my little brother. I was the happiest 5-year-old on the planet. He was my baby, and I did anything I could to protect him from anything that could potentially harm him. Yes, we fight, but what brother and sister doesn't? He makes me want to be a better person because I want to set a good example for him. I want him to know hard work pays off, and I want him to succeed.